On the huge slate last night, you mentioned our steal-less, or he had one steal, the Great Barrier Thief against the Spurs. My God, that looked like an incredible game.
And it was a great game. I watched Wemby's highlights this morning to go along with the final 5 minutes. But no, Wemby had 42 points. He scored something like 12 points in a row just himself at the end of the fourth and into overtime. I mean, watching this guy night in, night out is crazy. I mean, he had one play where he kind of got caught in the lane. He ran out of steps. And so he just chucks it up against the backboard.
He was
crowded. And then there was a Spurs player, I think it was Champagny, he was trying to come in to help him. And Wemby just shouted, "Get out the way." And it was such a weird thing because any other player, Champagny would have probably gone for that ball. Yeah. But Wemby, everyone gets out of the way, and he threw it off the backboard, just dunked it.
He threw it so high off the backboard, Tim, so he was the only one who could even reach it, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. It was a great game, actually, Barn. Great finish to the game anyway.
Yeah.
Wemby, the highlight, like I said, 42 points, 7 of 15 from 3, Barn. He is chucking them up from downtown.
Yeah.
It was the Wemby game again, Barn. There was one play, actually, where the game changed. DeAndre Hunter dunks on Wemby with about a minute left in regular time.
Sure.
And he kind of stepped over him and they both got technicals. But that was the moment Wemby went on his personal scoring run. I think he blocked Jalen Johnson on the next Hawks play or one of the next Hawks plays. It was a big block as well. And yeah, that was the moment when we decided we're going to win this game, actually.
Yeah.
and you know, he's the type of player who can do that, even against the likes of Trae Young and the red-hot Atlanta Hawks.
4 blocks for him as well, Tim. Like you say, huge one on Jalen Johnson once he got a bit angry after the technical. But there's just nothing the guy can't do. So we talked earlier on in the season. It was pissing me off how a guy like Wemby wasn't taking it to the rim enough, and shooting too many threes. But if they're falling, why the hell not? Actually.
And also, man, it opens up so much of the rest of his game. Obviously, he's so dominant inside. He's shooting 34% this season, taking 9 threes, up from 32% last season, taking only 5.5 threes. So it's a big jump up in volume, but also an improvement in percentage as well. And he had that really slow start to the season as well from 3. So I think, like you say, if he can make them, it just makes the rest of his game so much easier as well, which when you're 7'4" and as athletic as he is relatively easy already.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's taken a step this year, which has been great to see.
Yeah, I'm scared, Tim, that in years to come he's going to turn into a Kareem type player, and the NBA might get slightly boring. Do you know what I mean?
You think he'd be that dominant?
Oh, he's so good on the defensive end as well, isn't he? If he carries on the rate he's going, Sims, if he keeps improving that 3-point percentage, which, like you say, he started really cold at the start of the season. That's why I was having a go at him so much about picking up threes and not going to the rack. But now that he's making them all, I care less. But he's so dominant on the defensive end. He's so dominant on the offensive end. He can shoot over anyone. You can't actually guard him. You can just block his eyes. The old what people would do to Kobe all the time.
Yeah.
I can't, if he continues developing at the rate he's going, I can't see a player in the league that can get anywhere near him. Obviously you got players like Jokic and stuff, but Jokic is getting older. Chet Holmgren is the obvious one. You go, but he's developing at a fast rate. But he's not as good as Wemby, Tim, is he? I love Chet, don't get me wrong. Nothing against Chet. He's one of the most fun players to watch when he's healthy. I think he's amazing. But Wemby's just on another planet at the moment, isn't he?
Absolutely. Like you say, 1.2 steals with 3.5 blocks per game. And there are a few plays in this Hawks game where there was that clutch block on Jalen Johnson where Jalen Johnson thought he had his man beat, went up for the kind of little floater layup. Yeah. And Wemby had snuck over without him seeing and just absolutely demolished the ball. And there's a play earlier as well, at the end of the shot clock. Clint Capella had the ball with only a few seconds left. Tried to shoot a little fadeaway. Against any other player in the league, Barn, he gets that shot off, for sure. And it was just that he faded away, really falling away from the basket. And Wemby just got it so easily. Yeah. He just grabbed the ball. And the Spurs commentator said, you can do that, but not to Wemby. Yeah. You absolutely cannot shoot that shot. Yeah. He really does change the game for the Spurs.